Hey, this is Ryan of Happy Healthy Vegan. So often I get asked questions about my workout routine, how I exercise, do I lift weights? This gets asked of me all the time in my live streams and in the comments too. So I thought I'd answer that all here in one video for everyone to see, because I actually haven't done a video like this in well over a year, so I want to share with you guys what I'm actually doing. Maybe you can learn a little bit something about how this 50-year-old high-carb vegan tries to stay fit and healthy. Well, let's get down to my sports here. I do a number of sports. I'm not just like a guy who's training for one thing, like, a guy who's just trying to be a great runner and train for marathons. I do several sports. Running, cycling, and basketball are my primary three right now. Yeah, I used to do more surfing and tennis, but not so much at the moment. But anyway, let's get to these three sports here. I kind of see myself primarily as a basketball player, because that's my favorite sport, that's my biggest passion there, who just spends a lot of time off court, off the basketball court, staying really fit with the running and cycling. So when I step out on the basketball court, my goal is, hopefully, and it works out true most of the time, that I'm the fittest person out there. I don't care if they're my age or half my age. I want to be able to outlast them and just go hard and have them tire out first. So let's get down to the sports here. Let's talk about running first. You guys probably know most about my running because you guys see me doing that. It's easier to kind of film that. So running, I only do that about maybe 2 or 3 times a week. So that's about maybe 10 to 15 miles on a typical week. And yeah, some weeks I'll get 20 or 25 miles in, but yeah, it's just a few runs a week. You're not training for a marathon or anything like that. I'm not trying to be this competitive runner. Like I said, I'm just keeping my running at a high level, so it'll keep my fitness at a high level for basketball. So yeah, running's fun. I love doing it, but I'm not really into doing it in a competitive way. And plus, they're expensive. It's like $100 to run a marathon. I mean, even like $90 to run a half marathon. I just do those on my training runs for free, so I don't want to pay that money. It's just to enter a race. So let's talk about cycling. Some of you guys think I'm some kind of hardcore cyclist or something like that. I'm training for some big cycling races. And no, nothing could be further from the truth. Just like running, I don't train to race or anything like that. Even though I do enjoy going out and riding with people who are at a higher level than me and just trying to keep up with them. And that's fun and that's challenging. But the main reason why I like to ride a bike is just to get around town. I have a hybrid bike just to ride around town and do errands, things that don't require a car. It's kind of pointless. Just ride a bike instead. But I do have a slightly nicer road bike to go out on proper rides. And when, I'll choose cycling over running when running's not a good idea. Like say in the summertime, like now, it's been quite hot. And if you only could run in the night really without getting super hot. So I can go out and ride the bike in the day and feel good. And often too, it's good to ride a bike. I find it a good choice when you're tired, you're fatigued from a run the prior day or a basketball game the prior day. Going out on a bike, low impact, you still go out and work out for an hour or two and feel pretty good when you get back. And next, basketball. My favorite of these three sports, probably because I've been doing it since I was a 5 or 6 year old kid. And I like to play around once a week. No more than that because of injuries. Yeah, it's a really injury prone sport. Anyone who's played the sport knows what I'm talking about. It's pretty much a 50-50 shot. You'll come back from a game with some kind of bruise, cut, swollen ankle. So I try to just get out there once a week. I have a group I like to play with on Tuesdays. We play in a gym, but it's not air conditioned, so I haven't been going that much lately. So sometimes I'll just go out to a local playground court outdoors and just see who's playing. And sometimes I'll just find some kids half my age and they want to take me on, and I kind of feel sorry for them a lot of times because they have no idea that this old man can still play pretty well for his age. I'm talking about me. And yes, that brings me to weightlifting, a question I get often. What do I do? Do I even lift, brah? Well, the answer is yes. In fact, I do about 2 or 3 times a week on average. But like I said, it's not my primary activity. My goal is not to become huge and swole and look like a weightlifter bodybuilder. My goal is to build functional strength, particularly, again, for basketball. So when I face the occasional player who's larger than me, and remember, I'm a pretty big guy, 6'5", 183 pounds. When I get someone bigger than me, I got the strength, upper body strength to kind of push them off the block. But There's two reasons why I like to lift weights. One is, yeah, for that functional body strength, and secondly, to just balance out my really muscular lower body. I have really big calves and quads. In fact, I've compared my calves to people who compete in bodybuilding contests, and quite often mine are bigger. Just a genetic thing. It's not from hard work that I do. So when I am working out on my upper body, I'm doing that here at home. I'm not going to a gym or anything like that. And I'll do this on my off days, days when I'm not running or playing basketball, so I have plenty of energy to devote to it. So what I'll typically do is on like one day I'll do push-ups. I'll do several sets of push-ups using my 183-pound body as a good resistance there. And that works on chest, it works on triceps. And on other days I'll do bicep curls with a dumbbell that I've had laying around for years, a 30-pound dumbbell. And I'll do multiple sets of that, working on the biceps and the shoulders as well. When all said and done, I really don't exercise all that much, which shocks a lot of people. People say the only reason why you can eat so many high carb meals and all that is because I'm doing excessive cardio, excessive training, and nothing can be further from the truth here. I'll show you my Strava training calendar here, which doesn't include basketball, so you can add on like an extra hour most weeks there, but I get roughly about 4-ish hours a week, and that's not a lot. That's about what the United States government recommends your average person gets per week. So I'm really not doing excessive training by any standards. That's enough of me talking about myself here. Share with me in the comments and questions, how do you work out? Do you have a weird mix of different sports like I do? Or do you just stick to one thing, which is cool? A few years back, I was just really running all the time, like 3 years ago or so, but I just kind of got bored. I'm having a lot more fun now, just going out and just doing whatever I feel like doing that day between my 3 main sports, and I feel much happier about it. It's kind of sad after a while to do the same thing kind of over and over. So anyway, post below, share with me your workout routines and how you go about it. And hit like if you like this kind of video, me sharing my personal experience with you, and hopefully you can learn something from that. And that's about it, guys. So until next time, keep exercising, and most importantly, keep it carb, baby, keep it carved. And I'd like to give some big shout outs to our latest supporters on Patreon. Thank you so much for helping us bring you quality content here on the reg. Big shout outs to Martin, Raw Vegetables, and Jimmy, as well as our September new patrons, Sable, Ken, Danny, Vegan for the Animals, Christella, Kristen, and Robert. Thank you guys. You guys rock.